Now from there, we're just going to start standing. So depending on how my camera is showing up for you guys, I might be the headless instructor for a little bit, so I apologize for that. But we're just going to start with some nice stretches. So I'll be sideways so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just going to start with my arms overhead, lifting my head and chest to the sky. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, just rolling forward. Good old-fashioned roll down, like we do at the end of the class. And again, trying to keep my legs as straight as possible, but also bring my hands flat to the floor. So if you need to, you can bend those knees a little bit and then try to straighten. Just get that stretch. And if you want, you can shake those arms a little bit. Just get everything loosened up. Take those shoulders up and down. Shake the spine side to side. Wiggle those hips. If your legs are feeling particularly tight, you go ahead and do some cramping here because we'll be getting into legs almost immediately. So just kind of making sure that the legs are stretched. If you want, you can put your fingertips on the floor, come up onto your toes and back down. Again, trying to keep those legs straight, but if it doesn't feel good, you keep that gentle bend as we come up and down. We need 2 more lifts and lowers, lifts and lowers, and then slowly start to stack that spine up, 1 vertebrae at a time, until you're all the way back to standing. And just give me 1 more roll down for good measure. Inhale and exhale, diving forward, 1 vertebrae at a time, coming forward. Once I'm here, I'm just going to take my hands and walk to the right as far as I can. Just to get, again, a nice stretch, make sure we're ready for our day. And then slowly use my hands to wander to the left as far as I can. Again, getting that lovely stretch. Come back forward, try to sink a little lower. Nice deep inhale, and as I exhale, stack that spine up, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way back up to standing. Beautiful. Now we've kind of loosened up a little bit. I'm going to stand straight ahead, feet about under my hips, and just squat all the way down and back up. You can do whatever you need to for right now with the hands. We're going to give them a little job later, but for now, I want to bring that awareness to the legs. And if you can, the next time you squat down, try to wiggle these toes, just to make sure that we're keeping our body weight in our heels, which means we're keeping it in our muscles. If we're putting our weight into our toes when we come down, it's going to get into our knees. Now, if you're like me and you have terrible knees from past injuries, go down to just before discomfort and back up. So it's okay if maybe the person on the screen next to you is going down super low and you're just going down a little bit. Just work with your body today. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna do 3 more of these. That was 3. This is 2. And this is 1. Now let's mix it up a bit. The next time I squat down, I'm gonna step my left leg out, step it back in, and come up. So again, just keeping it nice and easy as we ease into our day. So down, out, in, up, down, out, in, up. And again, going down to just before discomfort, whatever that might look like for you and your body. Perfect. Hopefully the audio doesn't pick up my little Rice Krispie knees. They are nice and grumpy today. Oh, good. Now the next time I come down and step all the way out, transition my body weight to this left leg, come back to center, step in, and up. So run, or pardon me, squat, step out, transition over that side lunge, come back to center, step in, and up. So we're slowly adding on to this. Again, going down as far as you can, and back up. Every once in a while, make sure you can wiggle those toes. That way we're staying in the heel. Perfect. Now let's get the hands involved. The next time I come over, pause, clap my hands under the thigh, and then come back. And again, that's just to kind of help make sure we're getting low enough. If your knees are bothering you and you can't go that low, then here's an option. So step over, touch the top of the thigh, and then come back in. So that way you can still follow along and get the most out of this, but we're not putting any unnecessary strain on those knees. Perfect. All the way over, back in, and up. 1 more. So down, out, and then under or on top, back in, and up. Now I'm going to step a little wide because my feet and knees are going to externally rotate. So parallel, externally rotate. Hope you can see that difference. Now give me a sumo squat down. Again, hands can do whatever, just for right now. Perfect. And again, going down to just before discomfort and back up, depending on your body. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Perfect. Now if you can, put those hands behind your ears. So the next time you come down, pause, side crunch over, back to center, and up. Squat down, side crunch over, back to center, and up. And again, you don't have to go all the way down. Go down to just where your body feels comfortable today. Beautiful. So that might be all the way, maybe not. That's okay. We're just doing the best we can this morning. We have one more on either side, and then we'll do that right leg, because I didn't forget about it. Beautiful. All right. So my studio's narrow, so I'm going to scoot a little this way. Again, back to my normal squat, coming all the way down and back up. All the way down and back up. Beautiful. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Just enjoying our morning. Perfect. Now the next time I come down, this is where I step out, step in, and come back up. So again, we're just easing into this idea of working those legs. Hopefully now we're feeling the left leg working a little harder. Again, going down to just before discomfort and back up, and making sure you wiggle your toes. Yeah, perfect. Out, in, and up. Two more. Down, out, in, up. One more. Out, and in, and up. Beautiful. Now let's get that side lunge. Squat, send that leg out, transfer the body weight over, come back to center, pull the leg in, and stand up. Squat, leg out, go out with it, come back, bring the leg in, and stand up. Beautiful. Again, going down as far as you can to keep the knees happy. Perfect. Again, come down, step out, wiggle those toes. Yeah, staying in the heels. Perfect. Two more. Down, out, transfer over, transfer back, and up. Last one. Down, step out, transfer over, come back in, and up. Perfect. Now we'll add the arms. Come down, step out, glide over, hands under that thigh, come back in, step in, and up. Again, if you can't bring the hands under the thigh, that's okay. So what we'll do instead, step out, transfer over, hands on top of the thigh, come back in, step in, and up. Down, out, over, hands on top, back in, and then up. Three more. Down, step, over, again, under or on top, whatever feels good for you and your body. More. Beautifully, guys. This is great. Happy Saturday. Down, step, over, clap, in, step, up. Last one. Down, step, over, hands wherever they were, back over, in, up. Perfect. Now, externally rotate again, so parallel, externally rotated. Hopefully you can see that difference. And squat down again, and back up. Squat down again, nice sumo squats. Again, going in as far down as you can. If you need to, come down, wiggle the toes, and back up. Beautiful. Now, hands behind the ears again. Excellent. Now this time, I'm going to divide the body in half. So we're just going to go to the left. So squat, side crunch over, take the right arm, cross to my left ankle, and then come up. So we're adding a little bit more. Side crunch, rotate, reach, back to center, and up. So down, crunch, rotate, back to center, and up. One more. Down, side crunch, rotate, reach, back to center, up. Shake it out. Now we're going to do the right side. So down, crunch over, back up, left hand reaches and rotates, and back up. Down, side crunch, back up, left arm reaches and touches, and then back up. Beautiful. Down, side crunch, rotate, reach, back up. 2 more. Down, side crunch, reach and rotate, back up. Stand, last one. Down, crunch, up, reach and rotate, back up. Whew. Perfect. From here, arms up overhead, nice deep inhale, exhale, roll forward. Once your hands are on the floor, walk yourself out to a plank. We're just going to hang out here for a count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands back, send that booty up to the sky. Once we're here, roll that spine up 1 vertebrae at a time. Arms overhead, deep inhale, and then exhale, rolling forward. Hands to the floor, walk back out to that plank, and just hang out here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Send that booty up into the sky as you walk your hands back and stack that spine up 1 vertebrae at a time. Last one. Inhale, exhale, roll forward, hands to the floor. Walk yourself out, walk, 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 walk into that plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend the knees, set the knees down. Press yourself back to a child's pose. You earned it. Good job, guys. Perfect. You made it through the warm-up. Hooray. Stretch it out if you need to. Now, using your hands and knees, press yourself up to that quadruped and just give me a little bit of cat-cows. So I'm just stretching. As always, if flexion and extension really doesn't feel good for your body, you can always wiggle side to side. You can go back to a child's pose. Downward dog. Just kind of do whatever feels good to stretch your spine. And make sure it's all nice and warmed up. Perfect. I have enough room in front and behind me, so that way, connection problem, there we go. So that way when I send my right arm out, my left leg can come out. But then I want to round my spine and touch my knee and my elbow together before I stretch back out. And then pull back in and stretch back out. Pulling back in. Now this time when I stretch out, here's the fun stuff. Bend your left foot. Right hand reaches back to grab the left foot. You're in this weird precarious situation. Your stomach will lower to the ground. That's okay. Lowering your stomach to the ground, press your hand and your foot up to the sky. And then you can lower down and then press the hand and the foot up to the sky. Feel that left glute kick on. Feel that posterior chain. Lower down. And then one more. Up, 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 up. And lower down. Slowly release. Bring the hand and knee back. And just give me some cat-cows. Perfect. See? Easy peasy ones. Or again, shake those hips out. Now from here, we're going to do the opposite. So if I come back to neutral spine, left arm, right leg. Press and stretch away. And then round the spine as knee and elbow come together. Press and reach away. And then round and come in. And if it doesn't feel good to come all the way in, you don't have to. So you can come halfway in, whatever feels good. Perfect. 2 more. All the way out, 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 out. Round and reach in. All the way out, 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 out. Round and reach in. Again, this time when I stretch out, bend the right foot, left arm comes back to grab, and if you can, let that tummy stick down to the floor while you press your hand and your foot to the sky. Breathe, 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 and then lower down. Perfect. And then again, press it up to the sky. Press, 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 press. And then lower down. Inhale, exhale, press to the sky. Feel that right glute. Come down. There's going to be one more. Inhale, exhale, press all the way up, 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 up. Slowly release. Come back to that quadruped. And if you want, sink into a child's pose. More cat-cows. Just take this as an opportunity to stretch your body out a little bit. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then whatever feels good for you. Perfect. From here, we're going to go into a genie arm plank. So a genie arm is my arms are going to be one on top of the other, but it's going to look something like this when I'm in my plank. So my shoulder, or my elbow is still under my shoulder, and my forearms are on the ground. So we'll try that. Come into a weird quadruped, forearms on the ground, step one leg back, and then the other. And just hang out here. If for any reason this really bothers your shoulders, you can come into a more traditional forearm plank. We're going to hang out here for a count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let those knees down, and again, stretch out however feels good. Perfect. Now again, you can either do the genie arm or a normal elbow plank. We're just going to be rotating in that position. So whatever feels good for you in your body, listen to that and ignore me. So as soon as you're ready, come back into whatever plank position feels good. And I'm just going to stick to the right side. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale, and as I exhale, rotate and lift to the right, and then come back to that normal plank. And then exhale and lift, and then back to my forearms. I'm just giving some lovely rotation. 2 more, all the way down. Lovely rotation, and down. Last one. Awesome rotation, and back down. And again, come on down, stretch it out, however it feels good. Perfect. Now you can also do this on your knees if a full-blown plank was way too much. I know sometimes side planks aren't our friends. That's our base move. Now let's add on to that. Again, just going to the right side. So back into that genie arm position, back to my plank. Now I'm going to rotate the right. And I'm just going to thread the needle a little bit. Again, lots of rotation here. Getting those abs warmed up, getting the shoulder nice and warmed up. 2 more. Down, up, down, up. Come back to my plank and on down. Just stretch it out. Hopefully you're feeling this left shoulder. That's letting me know you're doing it. So again, stretch out whatever feels good. Perfect. Now let's add on to that. So back to my genie arms, back to my plank. Inhale, exhale, side plank up. Forget about your right arm for a second and give me some hip. Lift some lower. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. 2 more. Down, up, down, up. Back to my plank and then down. Beautiful. Don't worry, we have 1 more on that side, and then we'll bebop to the other side. So stretch it out, whatever feels good. Perfect. Now, as soon as you're ready, again, last one on this side, plank on out, come into my side plank, right arms up to the sky, take my right leg, and do some lifts and lowers. If you're thinking, oh goodness, where did that come from? Set that right arm down to create a tripod. That's A-okay. 2 more. So lift, lower, back to my plank. Come on down. Woo, and stretch it out. Beautiful. All right. Ready for that other side? I am. All right. Don't worry. We're going to ease into it. So, again, whatever kind of arm, when we'll just go to a left rotation here. So, the arm, plank on out. Now lift to the left. Lifting the left arm. Back to that genie position. Lift to the left. Back to the genie position. Lift and back down. And maybe just asking yourself, does one side feel different than the other? It probably will, especially in side plank land. Maybe 2 more. All the way up and down. All the way up and down. Beautiful. Come on down. Stretch it out however feels good. If you're on your dominant side, this probably feels a lot more stable than on the left side, which is, for most people, our non-dominant side. Now, if you were a lefty, I'm sorry, we started with your good side. So again, shake it out. Now, let's get that thread the needle. So we're going to come back to genie arms or whatever arms felt good for you. Plank it out. Come back to my side plank and just thread the needle. If for any reason this feels precarious and unsafe, just do the arm. You don't have to add that upper body rotation. Or just move your head. Sometimes that can be disorienting enough that it'll help get you ready for this. 3 more. Thread the needle in whatever feels good for you. Come back to that plank and then down. Beautiful. You guys are doing great. Hope you're working up a little bit of the sweat. I know I am. You better just hot in here. Okay. Now we're going to do hip dips. So stretch it out. As soon as you're ready, back to our plank. Nice deep inhale. Exhale up to the side and lower and lift those hips. Really getting into the obliques. Really feeling our core. Down and up. Beautiful, guys. Rock stars. You're doing good. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to my plank and then down. Stretching it out. Might be feeling that shoulder now. Pardon me. Sorry. Easy time. All right, shake it. Pardon me. Lots of sneezes. Next one is going to be that leg lift and lower. So if you're ready, genie arm, plank out, come back to the side, and again, lifting now the left leg. Again, if you're like, oh my goodness, this came out of nowhere, bring that left arm down, create a tripod. Beautiful. And we're just going to do 4 more. So 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to my plank and on down to tummy. All the way down. If you want, you could put your forehead on your forearms and look down at the carpet. I am not, just because of the audio quality. So stretch those legs out behind you, hips neutral, core engaged. Now I'm going to just bend my right heel into my booty, extend the leg and down. So lift that left leg, bend the heel to the booty, extend it out and down. It's important to note that I'm lifting the leg off the ground before I bend the knee. So if I just bend the knee while my legs are on the ground, this doesn't feel anything. It feels fun, but I'm not working out any muscles. That's why I need to hover the leg and then bend, extend and lower. Beautiful. Just like that, guys. Give me 1 more on either side. And then we'll set down, shake it out, refind your neutral with the hips. Make sure your core is engaged. Now do both legs. Hover both legs, bend those heels into the booty, extend the legs and set them down. Hover, bend, extend, set down. Hover, bend, extend, set down. Beautiful. 2 more. Kick in, out, and down. Last one. Up, kick, out, down. Perfect. Forget about those legs. Stretch those legs. Press the toenails into the floor. I know, weird visual. And now let's pay attention to our arms. So for you, your forehead and nose are still going to touch the floor. But now my arms are going to stretch along the sides of my body, relatively near my hips. That way, when I inhale and exhale up, I'm hovering those arms as I come up. And then if I need to, I can set them down. If you want to be a little more challenging, keep those arms hovering at all times. Perfect. The other thing I want you to think about is as you come up, actively push and stretch those arms towards your feet. That way you can start to really feel your back and those triceps and your delts and your rhomboids and all those good muscles kick on and start to turn on. It's okay if your arms are kind of out at like a 45-degree angle. So sometimes there's an old injury that reduces our range of motion, or our muscles are just kind of tired. We did some planks before this. So come on down, and the next time I come up, hold, and now try to pump those arms. Like when we do our 100s, I'm actively pushing out, like I'm pushing through something sticky while I continue to stretch those arms towards my feet. We're just gonna do 4 more and take a break. So 4, 3, 2, 1, come on down. Hair out of my eyeball, inhale, exhale, come up and start pumping those arms again. actively stretching and reaching. My neck and relax. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. How about this? 1 more, and then we'll move on. Nice deep inhale, exhale, come up, and then pump those arms. Pump, 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 pump. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. From here, I'm going to roll onto my side, bending my legs into tabletop. And both knees are going to be glued together. So super important here in a second. Now, my upper body is going to turn and rotate to face the ceiling. Perfect. From here, ideally, hands are behind the ears, but I'll take what I can get, wherever you need your hands to be. Now, keeping the knees where they're at, and really hard to not let my left knee slide backwards. I'm just going to do a little chest lift up to the sky. So I'm feeling a lot of core and a lot of obliques as I come up. But now, we've done this before. So this is a little bit of old hat. So give me 3 more just for practice. 2 and 3. Come on down. If you need to, make sure that neck is relaxed. It's a weird position to be doing our chest and oblique work with, getting that core and obliques. Now let's try some flexibility mobility work. So I'm going to chest lift up, hold my chest lift, and rotate to lift the floor. So I'm really actively trying to scoot my arm along the floor, come back to look at the ceiling, and lower down out of my chest lift. That was weird. We'll try it again. Inhale, exhale, chest lift up, rotate, doing what we need to with that right arm to look at the floor, rotate back to the sky, and down. It's okay if your chest lift doesn't feel very impressive. That's fine. We're mainly working on mobility. As I come up, rotate, back to the ceiling, and down. Give me 1 more. Inhale, exhale up, rotating, looking at the floor, coming back to the ceiling, and down. Perfect. Don't worry, if you hated that, we'll never do it again. We're just trying to work on that thoracic spine mobility. It's kind of hard. You've got all those ribs there that keep it from being very flexible. Now, let's bring our attention to our left leg. So when I chest lift up, I'm going to extend my left leg long, and as I come out of my chest lift, set that left leg down. So chest lift, extend that left leg, and set it back down. Chest lift, extend, stretching that leg, and back down. 2 more. So lift and extend, back in and down, lift and extend, back in and down. Perfect. Now, if you're one of those people where your neck is probably grumpy, you've been doing some chest lifts, just rock that head side to side a little bit. Try to relax the neck as much as possible. Unfortunately, we're going to be here for a hot minute, and then we'll move on. So, shake it out, stretch it out. All right. Now let's add on. So, hands wherever they need to be. Inhale, exhale, chest lift up, extend the leg. Give me 2 lowers and lifts before we bring the leg back in and come down. So we'll inhale, exhale, chest lift up, lift, lower, and come back down. Beautiful. Chest lifting up, lift, lower, and back down. 2 more. Come up, out, lift, lower, and back down. Last one. Up, out, lift, lower, and back down. Again, if you need to, shake the neck out. If your low back's feeling grumpy, you can just take a moment, shake those knees. We just have 1 more in this position, and then we'll move on. All right. So now, assume that position, legs at the tabletop, hands where they need to be, chest lift up, extend the leg, 2 circles from my hip socket, and then come on down. And the reason I say from the hip socket is because if I just move my ankle, nothing's going to happen if I'm not really getting into these big muscles of the leg. So I'm not really getting my maximum benefit. 2 more. All right, so this is number 2. And going down. Last one. Up, out, circle, in, down. Woo, roll onto your back. If you need to, again, rock those knees side to side, depending on how grumpy your low back is.
flat on the ground, hips in neutral, shoulders down and back. Inhale, exhale, just bridge on up and back down. Again, you can articulate, you can hinge, whatever feels good for you and your body. So just kind of use this as an opportunity to do what feels good. Up and then down. Perfect. Up and then down. Good. And we're just going to do 3 more. We've all done bridges before, but it's nice to kind of get warmed up and used to that feeling. Perfect. Now the next time I come up, pause, and now I'm just going to butterfly those knees out twice and down. So again, come up, butterfly the knees, and down. Perfect. Now you'll notice when I butterfly, it's a small little wing flutter. I'm not opening the knees so wide that my hips drop and I lose my form, because that is bad for the back. So little butterfly wings and down. But now let's add some hip pulses. So I bridge up 2 butterfly wings, 2 hip pulses, and then come down. So again, up, 2 butterfly wings, 2 hip pulses, and then down. Perfect. Up, pulse, pulse, up, down, and down. The next time I come down, I'm going to externally rotate my feet. So hopefully you can see that difference. Parallel, externally rotate, parallel, externally rotate. From here, without anything fancy, just give me some bridges up and down. Getting used to this new foot position. Again, you can articulate, you can bridge, whatever feels good for you and your body. You can go as fast or as slow as you like with this. So if I'm speaking a little too fast and moving too much for, say, an articulation, disregard me and work at your own body's pace. Up and then down. Beautiful. And then up and down. Perfect. Now let's add our butterfly wings back in. So I'm going to come up, pulse, pulse, and then down. Come all the way up, pulse, pulse, and down. And hopefully you're feeling this outer booty a little bit more. Yeah, it's my favorite place to work. So pulse, pulse, and down. Excellent. And again, they're small butterfly wings, because I want to maintain the form in my hips. Beautiful. Now let's add those hip pulses back in. So bridge up, pulse, pulse the knees, pulse, pulse the hips, and down. So up, pulse, pulse the knees, pulse, pulse the hips, and down. Perfect. Up, pulse, 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 and down. 2 more. So up, out with the knees, up and down with the hips, and down. 1 more. Up, out with the knees, up and down with the hips, and down. If you need to, hug those knees to your chest, because we're not done yet. So if you need to, rock side to side. If for any reason your neck got a little tense, rock the neck side to side. Perfect. Just take this time, give your body what it needs. Now, I'm going to leave my left leg where it's at, nice and bent. So I'm going to scoot my right leg farther away from my booty. So I'm in this kind of staggered foot stance. Again, hinge or articulate, whatever feels good. Feet are back to parallel. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, come up and down. And you might want to readjust that right foot a little bit. I really want you to feel the hamstring, but I also want you to feel stable. So whatever helps you feel stable as you come up and down. Again, it's not going to be the most equal thing. You're going to definitely feel the right leg working harder than the left due to the leverage point and the angle of the legs. Up and down and up and down. Perfect. Now the next time I come up, give me some heel lifts and lowers on the left leg. Oh, feeling that right hamstring? Hope so. 3 more. So 3, 2, 1. Set that heel down. Come on down. Bring both knees in. If you need to, shake it out. Because now we're going to do that on the left side. So shake, shake, shake. Bring that right leg back where it needs to be. And then scoot the left leg out. Again, this might be a little trial and error, finding that position that feels good. And again, as soon as you're ready, just bridge on up and down. So now we're feeling the left hamstring working harder than the right. Right's kind of taking a break. He or she did her due diligence on the other side. Now we're just evening us out as we come up and down. Again, hinge, articulate, whatever feels good for you and your body. 2 more. So that was 2. This is 1. Come on down. The next time I come up, hold your bridge. And now the right heel lifts and lowers. There's our left hamstring talking. Okay, what's going on? Okay, it's exactly what we want. So give me 3 more. So 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Perfect. Again, if you need to, rock side to side, and as soon as you're ready, roll over onto your left side. I'm going to spin around because if I do that, you're not going to be able to see me. So again, I am legs and tabletop. My knees are way on top of each other. And I'm just going to look up to the sky. Hands behind the ears, or really wherever it feels good. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, chest lift up and down. Again, I'm getting into those obliques, into the stomach, as I come up and down, relaxing the neck as much as possible. Good. Up and down and up and down. Perfect. Now, let's work on that thoracic mobility. So the next time I come up, I'm going to rotate to look at the floor, and then rotate to look back at the sky, and come down. So lift up, rotate as much as you can, rotate back and down. And that bottom arm is just sliding across the floor as best as it can. So come up, rotate, look back to the ceiling, and down. 2 more. All the way up, rotate, come on back, and down. Last one. All the way up, rotate, come on back, and down. Perfect. Again, shake that neck out if for any reason feeling a little grumpy. Perfect. Now, let's add on to the fun stuff. So when I chest lift up, my top leg is going to stretch out. So inhale, exhale, chest lift, stretch my right leg, and come on down. Inhale, exhale, come up, stretch that leg out, and back down. Beautiful. Up and out, in and down. Up and out, in and down. 2 more. Up and out, in and down. Up and out, in and down. Perfect. And if you need to, shake it out, relax the neck. Now we just have the leg lifts and lowers to add on to this. So we'll lift up, stretch this leg out, up, down, and then come back down. So again, inhale, exhale, chest lift up, lift, lower, bring it back in, and come on down. Perfect. Lift up, stretch, lift, lower, back in and down. 2 more. Up, out, lift, lower, back in, down. Final one. Exhale, lift, lower, in and down. Again, shake it out if you need to. All we have left is circle down in this position, and then we can move on. So as soon as you're ready, find that position. Chest looks up to the sky, while the knees, in my case, are looking at you. And now again, as I lift up, stretch the leg, 2 circles, and then bend and come down. And remember, I'm making these circles from my hip socket and not my foot. Because if my foot does it, I don't really feel anything. It doesn't really do much. So I want to stay in these large muscles of the legs. Perfect. And let's just do, I don't know, 2 more for funsies. And down. So lift, out, circle, and then down. We need to stretch side to side. Excellent. Now I'm on my back again. And what I'm going to do is try to stretch my right leg out. And I'm going to try to bring my left heel towards my hip and see if I can touch my left knee to the floor. It's okay if your body says, what is that? What's going on? And does not do those things. Try to stretch as best as you can. So again, my left foot is outside my left hip. I'm laying on the ground, getting that lovely stretch through my left side of the body. Very slowly, I'm going to use my hand to help me if I need it to send that left leg long. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the right. So bring that right heel outside my right hip and try to let the right knee stick to the floor. Again, you'll probably feel this a lot in your quads. You may also feel this in your hip flexor. So if you sit a lot, those kind of small, grumpy muscles on the front of our legs, yeah, that's what we're stretching out. Perfect.
Now, if you're bendy, there's two things. There's two ways to do the stretch. If you're not bendy, slowly release that right leg and just kind of bring that right leg over slowly just to stretch the legs out. If you're bendy, keep that right leg on the outside of your hip, but try to bring that left foot in to join it. Now, if you're thinking, how do I get into that position? You can start by sitting up and slowly lowering down, or you can just stay lowering down. Depends on what feels good. But now both of my heels are outside my hips and both of my knees are on the floor. If you did the right leg over the left, set that right foot down and then send the left leg over the top just to get the other side. Perfect. And for those of us that are bent in this kind of pretzel-y position, if you want, try to stretch and reach those arms overhead. If you need to, you can kind of wiggle that spine a little bit, send the arms out to the side, whatever feels good. Perfect. Now very carefully, so none of us have a heart attack, come out of that position and just back to where your feet are on the floor, knees bent, and your chest is looking up to the sky. I'm going to send my arms up, tuck my chin, take a nice deep inhale, and exhale, chest lift up and back down. Just right as a milk chest lift. Here, I'll even move so you can see me better. So it's chest lifting up and back down. We've done this a bazillion trillion times. Because we've done it a bazillion trillion times, let's pump those arms. We're just going to pump for 3. Just keep the math nice and simple today. Chest lifting up, 1, 2, 3, and back down. Now when I'm pumping my arms, I'm imagining that I'm pushing through something thick, like honey, molasses, sand, something with some resistance to it. Because otherwise, if I just have a loosey-goosey arms, I don't feel any of my muscles activate. I don't feel the muscles in my arms and my shoulders and my back and my chest. None of those muscles are doing anything if I'm just loosey-goosey. Give me 2 more. Up, pump, 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 and down, and up, pump, 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 and down. Perfect. Whew. Now, let's come up to a seated position. So, however feels good for you to get seated, and you can sit however feels good. If you want to sit cross-legged, legs straight, prayer pose on your knees, whatever feels good. If you have hand weights, I'm going to find my hand weights and calm the crazy Pilates teacher here. Perfect. So I've got my hand weights. And again, you don't have to do this with weights. Sitting up tall, I'm going to start with my hands a little to the sides of my body. So my arms are straight, but if I look over each shoulder, my arms are in line with my shoulder, hands are in line with my shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale, and as I exhale, lift those arms just to about shoulder height and back down. If you need that break, set them on the floor before you relift. And if you're thinking, it's a break-free day, then hover them above the floor. If you don't have hand weight, you can still do this with body weight, and it'll still start to work those muscles. Again, really focusing on keeping those shoulder blades down and back in the body. Nice deep inhales. Deep exhales. Give me 3 more. Keep it nice and simple. So 1, and 2, and 3. Now, the next time you lift, pause, rotate to one direction, come back to center, rotate to the other direction, back to center, and down. If you need a little break, lift the arms, rotate, come back to center, lower, lift the arms, rotate, back to center, and lower. If you don't need the break, that's fine. Lift, rotate, center, rotate, back, and down. Again, just making sure that those arms are about shoulder height. They don't need to be above. That's too much strain on the shoulder joint. And we want to keep our shoulders happy. You probably have a lot of things to do today after class, and I want to make sure you still have the energy to do them. Give me 1 more to either side. Come back down, set the hand weights down if you need them, and just roll those shoulders for a minute. You can shake it out. Perfect. All right. So now again, if you have the hand weights, grab them. If not, I'll show you how to do it without. So I'm going to start with my hands in front. So my palms are looking at me. If you're holding the weights are looking at you. Open those arms wide to that field goal post, and then bring them back in. So again, without the weights, we're just opening and closing. is the first part of this move. Excellent. Shoulders are still down and back as best they can. Now the next time my arms are wide, press up, hold down, and then bring them back in. So palms are still facing me. Open, press up, bring it down, and in. This is called an Arnold press. And yes, it's named after Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you're like, that sounds oddly familiar. Perfect. And we're just going to do 2 more of these. So open, up, down, in, open, up, down, in. And if you need to, set the weights down for a second, shake it out, stretch it out, and let's get a little bit of a twist in. So if I'm sitting cross-legged in this example, my right hand is going to touch my left knee, my left hand is going to go behind me, and I'm just going to twist as best I can, gently pushing the right hand into the left knee as I look over my left shoulder. And then I'm going to slowly come back to center and then go the opposite way. So my left hand is going to gently press into my right knee as I rotate and look over my right. And then come back to center. For my last one, if you want hand weights, grab it. Again, for those of you who aren't using them, I will do it without, so we do it together. I'm going to come back to that W position. So holding the hand weights or not. And then keeping my forearms still, I'm just going to lower my hands to shoulder height and lift back up. Oh, hello, shoulder work. Yes, perfect. Now, if the hand weights with this is too much, go ahead and just drop them. Just do this without. We're working on that range of motion and that shoulder mobility. I'm still sitting up nice and tall. My shoulder blades are down and back in that scapular pocket, and my core is on. Let's do this Pilates. Hips are in neutral. 2 more. All the way down and up. All the way down and up. Beautiful. Set it down. Shake it out. Now let's do some arm circles. I'm just going to start with my right arm and just make a big old circle. It feel really good after doing that with the weights. You can do 1 more in this direction, and then I'm going to swap direction with the same arm. So now I'm just going the opposite way, which in this case is counterclockwise. Breathe. Sometimes when I look at the camera, I'm like, wait, what? Everything's a little flip-flop. You need 2 more on this side, and then we'll go to the other side. So I'm going to set my right arm down, and use the left arm to make these big circles. And again, just bringing my awareness to this left arm and asking myself, do I have the same range of motion as I did on the right side? Or does something feel different on this side? Because one side might be a little tighter than the other. And now let's make those circles the other way. Again, just being cognizant of how does that shape feel? How does it feel in my muscles? Is that shoulder down and back as I make these circles? Just little tidbits like that to add to our practice to help deepen it. 2 more circles. All the way up and over, all the way up and over. Now, and again, however you're sitting, if you can, put your hands or your fingertips on the floor and just give me a little bit of a cat-cow. Give me a little baby cat-cow, just that flexion and extension. Then around the spine, and then lift my chest to the sky. So don't worry if it's not the most amazing cat-cow you've ever seen. That's okay. That's not the important part. The important part is just really loosening up our spinal column. Perfect. And as soon as you're ready, you can stack your spine up, release the hands, and however you want to feel comfortable, come up to standing. So again, we've been on the mat for a while, so if you need to be really slow as you come up, that's fine. Take your time, just being careful. I'm going to stand way back here, so hopefully you can see me. Standing up really nice and tall. Bring those arms overhead, stretch my head and chest to the sky, and then exhale, rolling forward as I come down, 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 down. Again, if before, try to keep the legs as straight as possible, but get those hands as far down as you can. If you want to close your eyes and shake your head yes, shake your head no. Let those arms wiggle about. Take our shoulders up and down. Take the booty, take the upper body and the booty. Just whatever feels good for you today. Again, if you need to, prancing, whatever feels like it might be needed. And then very slowly, I'm going to start to stack my spine one vertebrae at a time, all the way up with my head being the final piece to come up.